name is Mark Whiteclaw. I'm the Money Talks Chairman this year, and on behalf of the American Numismatic Association Chicago Coin Club, I'd like to welcome you to the 2015 World's Fair of Money in Chicago, Illinois. Our next presenter is James Davis. Jim's talk, Fantasy Coin Collecting. Jim has been a coin collector for 40 years and an A&A member since 1978. He currently serves as the secretary of the Elgin Coin Club and is also a member of the Chicago Coin Club, Hillside Coin Club, and Central States Numismatic Society. Please welcome James Davis.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for coming to see my presentation today. My presentation is on, like I said, on fantasy coin collecting. I came up with this as a fun activity for local coin clubs to participate in. In the early 1970s, a group of people met at the Rotisserie Deli in New York City and basically invented fantasy sports. But they were mostly a fringe activity until the late 90s when the internet came about and it became easier to gather statistics and standings for fantasy games. I've come up with a series of rules, more like guidelines. They are not written in stone. They are very flexible if a particular club would like to make any adjustments or modifications to suit them. That is perfectly fine. I will go over each one and then I'll go each one in detail as the talk progresses. First, you need to gather a group of players, appoint a commissioner, select a start and end date for the contest, select a price guide for coin values, set a starting bankroll, and decide if there are going to be any prizes or recognition for the winner. Rule 1, gather a group of players, because without a group of players we have no game. For this presentation, I'll use a club that I'll call the Hometown Coin Club. Rule number 2, appoint a commissioner, because you need someone to actually run the thing. At the Hometown Coin Club meeting, they put up a proposal to run a fantasy coin contest, and Jim Gordon raised his hand and says, "Oh, okay, I'll be commissioner." And so from now on, I'll refer to him as Commissioner Gordon. The commissioner has various duties. One is to verify the accuracy of the players' selections and double check the values and addition of the players' picks. Sometimes a player may look at the wrong line. They might look at the value for an S mint coin instead of a D mint coin, make sure you got the grade right, and make sure they actually do proper math. The commissioner also duty is to maintain the standings to see who's actually winning this game and mediate any potential disputes between players if anything should happen to come up. Select a start and end date. You can use any start and end date you wish. I recommend a 1-year term starting in January and ending in December. Reason is many clubs have a party at the December meeting, which would be a perfect opportunity to award prizes and declare whoever the winner is. Rule 4, select a price guide. There are a lot of price guides to choose from that come out on a monthly basis. Coin World has a very good price guide. So does Numismatic News, Coins Magazine, the Gray Sheet by Coin Dealer Newsletter, and many third-party grading sites have online price guides, such as PCGS and NGC. And as far as buying and selling goes, a player can buy and sell any coin listed in a price guide at any grade, as long as they have the funds to cover their purchase. That way, you can't buy $1 million coin if you only have $25,000 to spend.
Who determines how much money you have?
That is part of the setting the bankroll, which would be step 3 or 4. When buying the price guide, you're paying 100% of price guide values, but when you sell, you also receive 100% of price guide values. All coins in the game are perfectly graded. After all, this is fantasy coin collecting. What about bullion coins? You can use bullion coins in fantasy coin collecting, as some of the bullion coins, such as American Eagles, Gold Eagles, Platinum Eagles, now have numismatic value in addition to their bullion value, and they are listed in the price guides. But they can also play just the regular bullion market for playing generic bullion coins. What can be done here is the commissioner can set a day and a time when they can fix the bullion price for each month, say the meeting day of that club at noon. They can go to a website such as Kitco, and they say, okay, gold is this amount, gold, silver is that, platinum, so on. And then when they buy and sell, they have to use that one value per month. You can also include new mint issues, such as like the Chronicle sets that have been very popular recently, or the new high relief gold coin. The purchase price is the mint issue price, and the value remains at that issue price until it becomes part of the price guide, and then it is traded like any other coin. If a player fails to spend all the money, they have like a leftover balance, they have 25,000 but only buy 24,000 worth of coins, the remaining balance is carried as cash. And cash neither increases nor decreases, and can be used in subsequent months to purchase coins or add to coins profits that are sold. So the starting bankroll. Everyone starts with the same amount of money to make fair. Option, you can set any amount you want in your club, but I suggest a starting bankroll of 25,000. It seems to be a fair amount to use. That way you can buy some good coins, but you can't buy 100 1804 silver dollars. The amount used in this example of the game will be 25,000. And decide if the club wants to give a prize to the winner. Depending on the number of players in the club or the funds of the club, you can either give a prize or a certificate to the winner, or give prizes for each of the, like maybe top 3 players for second, third. In case of a tie, you can either have a trivia question or a tiebreaker question to determine the winner. And if worse comes to worse, there's always rock, paper, scissors. So a couple examples of the 2 forms that you use to play the game, the buy-sell form and the portfolio form. The buy-sell form has 7 columns. First column, buy-sell, type, what kind of coin you're buying, the date and mint mark, the grade, how many you're buying, the value for each coin, and the total price of that particular, like if you buy 5 at 100, it totals 500. And the portfolio form, which records the after transaction, you don't have the buy sell, but everything else is the same. Type, date, mint, mark, grade, quantity, value of each coin, and total. Now I'll run through an example of how the game is played. In this example, we'll follow the choices of a player named, we'll call him Joe Numismatist. At the January meeting, Commissioner Gordon passes out the buy and sell forms to all the players, including Joe, and Joe makes his following choices. All these coins in this exercise are fictitious and are used as examples only. And then here are Joe's first January purchases. He buys 5 Indian cents, 1909D, MS65 red, at 1,000 each, $5,000. He buys 5 Buffalo nickels, 1922D, MS65, $500 each, $2,500. 10, 1942 over 1S. Mercury dimes, MS60, $1,500, $15,000 total. Morgan dollars for $1,000 and a $20 gold piece for $1,500. Total price is, purchase is $25,000, his entire bankroll. Going back to buying mint issues, it's the commissioner's choice whether or not you are limited to the mint limit or unlimited amount. Like for example, the Chronicle set for $57.95, you can either buy 5, or if the commissioner allows you to buy 800 or 400 of them. After Joe fills out his form, he hands it to Commissioner Gordon, as does all the other players. After verifying the grades and values are accurate, make sure that Joe did not make any mistakes. Commissioner Gordon then transfers all the buy information to the portfolio sheets, leaving the values blank until the February price guide is published. This way he can easily upgrade the values. And it would look like this. See the date, mint mark, grade, quantity, but no value, no totals, because we don't know February values yet. Time passes, and the February price guide does come out. Commissioner Gordon then goes to work filling out the new values in each player's portfolio sheets. And Joe's portfolio changes thusly. As you can see, the Indian set, oops, no button there. Okay. There it is. As you see, the Indian cent rose in value to $1,200 and is now total $6,000. The Buffalo nickel has stayed the same. The Mercury dime increases $100. The Morgan dollar decreases by $200. And the gold coin also decreases by $100. But the net change in his portfolio is $26,700. So he made a $1,700 profit that month. Commissioner Gordon prints out a copy of each portfolio sheet to hand to each player so they can examine how much or down their picks went, and if they want to choose new coins to buy and sell. He announces that anyone who wishes to change their portfolio may now do so. Joe does want to change his portfolio. He takes another buy-sell form and makes his selections. He decides to sell 3 Buffalo nickels at $500 for $1,500 total. He's selling 5 Mercury dimes at $1,600 for $8,000. He sells the gold coin at $1,400, and he reaps $10,900 that he can spend on new coins. The which he chooses to buy right and buy there, plus $50, 10 of them, an extra fine for $400 each, $4,000. A proof 65 1949 Franklin half, 5 of them at $800 for $4,000. A 2 1930D piece dollars, MS 65 at $450 each, $900, and 2 1927S gold $5 pieces for $1,000 each, $2,000. Net total $10,900. The balance, so he once again has spent all of his money. Commissioner Gordon then takes the buy-sell sheets from all the players making changes, and once again prepares portfolio sheets reflecting the current player's holding, leaving the values blank, awaiting the printing of the March price guide. And this is what Joe's portfolio sheet now looks like after his February buy and sells, with the values blank, open and ready to be filled in later. To be continued. Gameplay continues until each month, until November, which is the last month that you can buy and sell coins. And then December, the final standings are calculated and the winner is named. Have fun, and remember, it's just a game. You have any questions? Yes?
Have you developed an Excel spreadsheet or something to use this already, or?
I haven't, but if someone is capable of doing it on the computer, more power to them.
Have you tried this?
Yeah, we've tried it for a few years in the Elgin Coin Club.
What?
We have done this for a few years in the Elgin Coin Club.
Well, so happens one of the past president of the coin club is a member of our coin club now, oh my, so.
Eagle?
Yes,
Yes.
Does he know about it, do you know or not?
Oh yeah, he was president of the Elgin when we were doing this.
Wow, he hasn't told me.
No.
I'll find that out. Thank you.
Any other questions? Oh, yes.
Do you use mostly American coins?
Yes, because that's the easiest one to get a monthly price guide for.
Mhm.
Although Canadian Coin News does put out a price guide in each issue, but it should be a price guide that's easy for each player to access. But if you want to use foreign coins, why not?
You just texted me going to go. He said you were secretary of the coin club.
I still am.
Sure. Tell him that time again.
Okay. Anything else?